I have to confess, every time I open the Bible and see, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth, something in my brain just freezes up. It's like, whoa, wait, are we talking science here? Big Bang? Or what?
Honestly, I've been there too. You read those words, and suddenly it feels like you're supposed to pull out a lab coat or a philosophy degree. But maybe that's not even the right approach. What if we're missing something deeper by getting stuck on these modern questions?
That's exactly what I wonder. I mean, what if the first chapter of Genesis was never meant to answer how the universe began scientifically? What if it's aiming at something totally different, like a more poetic or purposeful angle?
I love that idea because, honestly, the ancient writers weren't sitting around worrying about atoms or evolution. They were facing chaos, floods, wars, crazy weather. Their questions were more like, is the world safe? Does it make sense? Who's running this show?
It's kind of wild to think about. For people back then, the world wasn't orderly or predictable. Every day could bring some new disaster. So a story about a god bringing order out of chaos must have been like a rock to hold on to.
Yeah, I mean, imagine waking up and not knowing if your crops will survive or if another tribe will sweep in. In that context, Genesis is basically telling them, there's a plan. The chaos isn't in charge. Something good is holding this all together.
Exactly. The story starts with the earth formless and empty, total darkness and confusion. But then God speaks, and suddenly there's light, there's separation. It's like watching someone organize a messy room step by step.
That makes so much sense. It's like moving into a place that's just boxes and dust bunnies. You can't even think about decorating until you've got the basics in order. That first week is all about boundaries and making space livable.
And then there's this beautiful rhythm. First, God creates the spaces, then he fills them. Days 1 through 3, light, sky, land. Days 4 through 6, sun, moon, stars, birds, fish, animals, humans. There's this symmetry to it.
Totally. And that pattern isn't random. It's almost like a poem. Each day builds on the last, and by the end, everything fits together. The story is showing us not just creation, but how things are meant to function smoothly.
I always used to think God saying it was good just meant he liked what he'd made. But this idea of good meaning functional or fit for purpose, that changes the whole vibe. It's about things working the way they're supposed to.
That's a big shift, right? Instead of just nice or pretty, it's about everything having its place and role. If the world is working, if chaos is kept in check, then things are good. It's kind of reassuring.
And then there's that iconic piece, humans made in God's image. For so long, people have debated, is this about how we look, or is it something way more profound?
I really like that example from the ancient world, kings putting up statues as a claim of authority. So being God's image isn't about appearance. It's about representing God's rule, being caretakers of the world. That's a much bigger responsibility than just looking divine.
That flips the usual script, doesn't it? Dominion as stewardship, not domination. We're not here to bulldoze everything for our own gain, but to look after it, protect it, make it thrive.
Exactly. And it's a call that still matters. As caretakers, we're supposed to nurture, not exploit. It sort of reframes all those debates about our relationship to nature and each other, even now, thousands of years later.
Something that always surprises me, the climax isn't more creation, but rest. God stops, steps back, and celebrates the finished work. It's almost like an artist finally putting down the brush.
Yeah, and it's not about being tired. It's about satisfaction, completeness. The world is at peace, everything in order. And that rest becomes a pattern for us too. It's a built-in reminder to pause and appreciate when things are right.
So the real question isn't how everything happened, but why. Genesis is less a technical manual and more a declaration of purpose and meaning. That totally changes how you might read the whole thing.
And that's honestly freeing. It means faith and science don't have to be locked in battle. Science can tell us about mechanisms. Genesis offers us the bigger story. What's our place? What's our responsibility? What does it all mean?
There's something so powerful about that. Genesis setting up a world that's peaceful and ordered, where everything has its place. It's like the ultimate blueprint for a good life before it all goes sideways.
I feel that. It's this vision of harmony, where chaos doesn't rule, and knowing that's the starting point makes everything that happens next, the mistakes, the choices, the messes, feel even more real and relatable.
So when we take Genesis on its own terms, it's not telling us to pick sides between science and faith. It's offering a calling to partner in bringing order, to steward what we've been given, and to rest in the good when it's achieved.
Exactly. And for me, that call to stewardship is huge. It's not just about ancient stories. It's about how we live now, how we treat the world, each other, even ourselves. There's still so much we can learn from that opening page.
And of course, as much as I love this vision of perfect order, we all know things don't stay that way for long. Next time, we're jumping into Genesis 3 garden, snake, and the choice that upended everything.
I'm honestly excited to peel back the layers on that story. There are so many misunderstandings, and I think decoding it just might change how we see the whole rest of the Bible. Can't wait for the next episode.